Welcome to another episode of Business in West Africa. As always, I'm your host, Jim Bouman, and I'm accompanied by David Kpondehou, CEO and founder of Africa Samurai Consulting.
Yes.
Welcome again, David.
Thank you.
In today's episode, we will talk about time management and punctuality. So to start things off, David, how, if you have to go to a meeting, how does it work for people from Benin? Or do they arrive a few minutes early? Do they arrive right on time? Do they arrive a bit late? What is the common culture there?
Very good question. It depends on people, but basically we have the sense of respect. So if I have appointment at 10, I will make sure I'm there at 10. So it means I can be there before 10 minutes before, 20 minutes before, and I can be there exactly maybe just 5 minutes or at 10. But there are some situations in which I might probably come maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, and which is not considered to be good because time is time, you know. So, but one of the things I believe is people really want to be on time sometimes, but for some reason they might miss the meeting appointment at the exact time because of some traffic jam, you know, because in our countries some of the like transportation system is not easy at some specific time, you know, in the morning, for example, where everyone is struggling to go to work. You will see, you know, unfortunately, if there is an accident somewhere there, then the road will be broke, like a block somewhere, and it will be hard for that person to reach on time. But the basic intention for whoever is going to a meeting is to be on time, and I think we respect that. Most of the time.
And what happens if somebody does appear late? Does the other person really hold it against him, or it's not so much of a big deal because everybody knows transportation can be a real pain?
They call each other. Oh, you know, I'm get stuck here, but make sure in 10 or 15 minutes I can be there. Do you mind waiting for me? You know, so we are more or less flexible on those kind of situations. But you know, if you are a foreigner also, and because we know in Western or even in Japan here, for example, time is time, you know, you don't joke with time, you know. Time is respect. If you come on time, then it means you respect the person. So we know those. Then the person in our country will make sure that he is on time, because whatever happens, make sure that you respect the other party being on time. And I think it depends always on the, you know, how much important this deal is for him also, because he might have some other deals, and maybe this one is maybe not that much important about for him maybe, but I think we always make sure to be on time. Yeah.
And is there any difference professionally or casually? So when you're hanging out with your friends or you're going to meet up to go to a restaurant, punctuality is the same, or in that case people are okay with appearing a bit later than scheduled?
Yeah, like if it's just going to a restaurant, then if I'm at work and I need to come to a restaurant for a party, and what I'm doing at work, maybe I still have something very important to evacuate, I think I will give priority to the work, and I will let you know that I can come later, but let me finish this stuff quickly before I join you, because that's what makes me live every day.
So finishing the work is priority number one, basically?
Definitely.
Okay. And then we touched on it a little bit in the previous episode about the working hours, so that generally people work from 8 until 6 with a 2-hour lunch break. When it turns 6 o'clock, is it common for everybody to just leave as soon as possible, or is it more common that people actually work a bit longer just to get the work finished?
It depends on the companies and how how much work you have to do. But 30 minutes, 1 hour later is still fine. But people, depending on their position also, if they are at management position, they can even leave the office around a bit late, let me say, a bit late. But it's a bit later than others, But I think it's always, it always depends on the situation.
And then since most most companies, they start their workday at 8 o'clock, is it common that everybody arrives exactly at 8, or they come a little bit earlier, or you also have people that actually arrive at 8:20, 8:30?
They will make sure to come at 8.
Okay.
Or a little bit before 8. But in the worst case, they will call the manager to mention about that, if there is any specific situation that doesn't allow them to be on time. We do respect the time in business, because that's one of the important things. But if it's maybe for having fun or maybe parties, we might prioritize the work than those parties, because we know that there's no emergency, so we can catch up on the party anytime. But with the work, we make sure that we do the work. And I believe people in Benin are very hard workers. So if you have some employees who really committed to the job, he will make sure he bring you the result no matter what happens. So we're good with that. So I think time management. Sometimes as foreign, I will advise to be a little bit flexible when you come to meet your local partner. So, time is like, okay, it's fixed. For example, in Japan here or in some other countries, it's fixed like that. 10 is 10, and 12 is 12, and if we say 10:05 is 10:05. Yeah, because in those systems we have transportation system like train, bus, and we know what time the bus will be there, what time the train will be there, and that's connected system. So we believe and we rely on that transportation system. But for example, in our countries, we don't have that transportation system that show, okay, this car will be, or this train or bus will be there at this time. No, we don't have that way. The bus can come maybe from point A to point B at any time, because it doesn't have any pressure, or there is no such contest or such like a system. For example, most of people will be using motor bicycle, then so the scooters, and it's not a fixed transportation system. So that's why I think for foreign partner, if you have to deal with your local partner, please take into account the environment, situation, try to adapt yourself and be flexible sometime with the time, because 10 might be sometime 10:10 or 10:20. It's okay, it's acceptable.
To wrap things up for today, people in Benin respect each other's time.
Yes.
Priority number one is generally the work. As a result, other appointments that come later, especially social ones, might be delayed or cancelled. But keep in mind that the respect for the time is there, so you just have to be flexible sometimes. And when it comes to work, everything is strictly on time. Is that a good summary?
Yeah, and be flexible is also very important. I really like that part.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Then that's it for today's episode.
Yeah.
As always, our social handles are down in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to one of us, and we will take care of it from there.
Good.
In the next episode, we will talk about how to get a deal done, how to start, approach a company, go through the discussions, and then finally wrap things up. So look forward to that, and we hope to see you. We hope that you enjoy this episode and see us in the next episode. Thank you again, David.
Thank you very much.